And a warm welcome to Arthouse. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Let's check out our lineup for today. We enjoy Modern Matriarchs, a group exhibition by some leading women across the African continent. To another exhibition by an Austrian female seminarist. Then we move to the Freedom Park for this Table of Hope exhibition from a German female artist. So from our lineup, you can see they've been created by lovely female artists. You get details when Arthouse returns in a moment. Do stay with us.
I always arrange exhibitions for women, so they will be able to sell their work, not just do the work.
Modern Matriarchs is a group exhibition featuring female artists from across the African continent at the Windsor Gallery in Lagos.
Visitors walk into the Windsor Gallery in Lagos as it presents Modern Matriarchs, charting new frontiers in art, featuring 4 artists from Nigeria, 2 from South Africa, and 1 from Cameroon, as well as from Ghana, all celebrating women, especially in the creative space.
It's important to highlight what women are doing on the African continent, especially artistically. We've seen, historically, a lot of the primary male figures that have been coming out of the artistic scene in Africa have been males. But I think now it's important to showcase the emerging artist scene, where a lot of women are doing great work, really interesting, and pushing the sort of the zeitgeist of where we are today within sort of the African contemporary art scene.
Not all the artists are on ground to speak to their art, but one of them, Samuela Graham from Ghana, gives us the window into her creative career, especially coming from a different world and speaking to issues affecting the female gender.
The title of this particular work is Her Bed of Roses. I'm inspired by my eyesight and how I see people all around me. I'm actually short-sighted, so I created art that's blurry, and so that people would see how I see people on the usual. And the pieces I'm showcasing today are about women and period poverty and female hygiene. So basically, I use red flowers as a metaphor to represent the menstrual cycle and the pain women go through their menstrual cycle, and the lack of sanitary pads and sanitary products for menstruation. So the flowers in my work depict the struggles of female hygiene, basically.
The images capture women in all their glory, but explores topics that need to be highlighted using diverse techniques and styles.
Women have always been a big part of the artistic space, but for the longest time, women's voices have been silenced. When you look at the Nigerian art history or African art history, most of the big names that we've come to know are predominantly male. But there are women who are changing the game as far as art is concerned. And this is what this exhibition is really about, is to portray the fact that we have women who are also front runners, whether they're old, whether they're young. They're changing the game, really. Some of them are doing fantastic stuff.
The uniqueness of this exhibition is that we have different artists from different countries all over the world that came to exhibit in this exhibition. And this exhibition is actually promoting a female artist. The one behind me, I titled it Woman, and the reason why I titled it Woman is because I want to showcase the beauty of the woman. If you look at the hair very well, you see that it's an African style, and I wish to promote our African ray hair style and the way and how we look more beautiful while we do our own natural African style. The techniques I use fabrics on canvas and with oil color, sometimes acrylic color, which make it to be mixed media on canvas. In Ghana, in the rural areas, there are places where girls cannot afford sanitary pads. They have to use rags. They wouldn't go to school because of that. They will have to miss classes because they are on their periods. And so I thought to add my voice to the whole campaign of female poverty in menstrual, and also like trying to get people to know the struggles, the silent struggles that women also go through during their periods.
I'm very, very happy, and I think I've been able to find uniqueness in every one of the pieces that have been exhibited today at the gallery.
The all-female exhibition pays tribute to the exceptional creative prowess of women in the African creative space.
From one female celebration to another, we go to the Freedom Park in Lagos to enjoy an interesting community art project which has been around several African countries before finding its way here.
This gathering is a social art project by artist Mike Ziegler, which is a community-based initiative that began in 2014, moving from South Africa to Ghana, and has now found its way to Nigeria.
The Table of Hope I started in 2014 in Cape Town with a group of students, and we went into the streets of Cape Town with old ship wood from an old deck and asked people, whoever we came across that wanted to talk to us about their backgrounds, where they were coming from, where they were heading, and what their hopes were. And we had very deep conversations. And in the end, we had 130 pieces of wood filled with hope. And in a garden like this, we pasted them all together with glue. You can't read a word anymore. They're all inside the table. It's a meaningful tabletop. And this table is now in the Museum of District 6. And they're hosting it, and they're hosting all kinds of dialogue at it. And then I took off a piece of the wood and I went to Ghana. And along the Volta River, we also collected hope in all these villages with local school children and students. And in a palace of a king in Akwamufye, we built the table with the whole community. Beautiful. And the piece of wood from South Africa is inside the table of Ghana. And then I took a piece of the wood from Ghana and it will be in the table of Nigeria.
After her daughter inspired the project to be brought here, it's been interesting working with a team of artisans and photographers to bring this idea to reality.
My daughter was here for an internship in October, and she came back home and she said, Mom, Nigeria needs a table of hope. So we decided to come here for 3 weeks, and we got immediately response of great people that wanted to help, to be collectors of hope, and a great team of the project manager and all the others we needed. And in no time we put this together. And I got carpenters for the wood, and I got metal workers to create the frame. And today we are launching the table. Yesterday we glued all the wood together. People came to Freedom Park, where this wonderful woman who is the manager here said, build the table of hope for Nigeria and Freedom Park, and it can stay here, and if you want to exhibit it elsewhere you can always do it, but we'll take good care of it. And we also had this time good photographers, and they made portraits of the people that gave their hope. So we have beautiful portraits, and we also made voice recordings. So some of the wood you will be able to hear the voice of the person telling their hopes.
Listening to the stories, dreams, strengths, and weaknesses of the people that have once again been put together in this stable of hope, like in other parts, has also been an exciting experience.
A table is a universal object. We all know it on this globe. We eat at it, we talk, we discuss, we play games, we hide under it for the sun. We pray at it. A table, I thought, a table of hope will be a discussion piece of hope. I actually put on the wood myself as a hope that the creativity in Nigeria will win it from corruption. And I like very much, I'm very inspired by the Nigerian art. They find me very interesting because they don't really know this so well, what I'm doing, but it's also, I'm in a niche. I'm trying to do something. I don't really want to be the artist myself. I want to give. My work is about the people and not about me. I really try that.
We decided on the table, the shape of the table to represent the coat of arms, the confluence of River Niger and River Benue, that shield, because it represents us, Nigerians, the diversity in Nigeria coming together, the fact that there's so many different people in this country, there's diversity, like I said, and all of these different parts and pieces coming together to unite, and just thinking about what we want for the future of Nigeria, and as people in ourselves, in our own right, as individuals and our own small communities inside the larger Nigeria. And I hope that people will come to Freedom Park in the coming days, months, years, to come see this table, sit at it, talk about how we can drive change forward in this country, how we can turn things around with our positivity. So this is for us to even start doing something, and that's what this table is about, for us to sit down, talk together, from all parts of this country. Let's talk.
Wood, metal, and glue are some of the major materials used to create this table that embodies the hopes of some Nigerians in an art of human connection. The monument will be on display at the Freedom Park in Lagos.
Everyone needs hope, especially at this time. Thank you so much, Mika, for giving us a piece of the table of hope. Taking a moment now on the program, Arthouse returns with more. Join us again.
Let's check out the works of art you sent in recently. Let's begin with Ohiria Daniel's pen and acrylic on paper piece called Worry-Free Days. Then Blind Love is what Tomiwa Adelagu is sharing with his digital painting. The Best Teacher is an acrylic on canvas work by Innocent Chikezi. While this oil on canvas work by Loki Best Art is called Precious. Fearless is how Chimela has titled this acrylic and oil on canvas work. While Self-Discovery is a work done with acrylic on canvas by Mazi Dennis. Unique African Allure, the first in the series, is a charcoal and acrylic on canvas piece done by Oluwafemi Akomu. Univora Pius has Burning Desire, series of beauty, done with acrylic on canvas. Then we wrap things up with On the Pasture, an acrylic on chipboard work by Abest. And that concludes the works of art you sent in this week. We encourage you to keep them coming.
Shaping the future of ceramics is what renowned Austrian sculptor Selma Etareri is doing at the Quintessence Gallery in Lagos.
Shaping the Future of Ceramics by potter Selma Etareri is what has attracted these enthusiasts to the Quintessence Gallery in Lagos.
Today we are here at Quintessence Gallery to discuss the future of ceramics and to welcome Selma Etareri, an Austrian ceramic, to Lagos, Nigeria. She's been around for a little bit, and she's gone around across galleries and artists in their studio spaces, and also participated in the 26th Harmattan Workshop in Agbara Auto, Delta State.
There's a lot to learn when you are collaborating with particularly artists coming from Europe, America, and all that, because like she said in one of the talks, they have all the materials there, they have all the opportunities there, but they don't create great works anymore like they used to do in those days. But here we have shortage of materials, we don't have the kind of opportunities they have there, but we produce good works.
The group is able to interact with this renowned Austrian ceramist and pick her brains about this ancient art form that has an inorganic, non-metallic solid made up of either metal or non-metal compounds, which have been shaped and then hardened by heating to high temperatures.
One of the things we all going to learn from her is the fact that how she uses materials over there. Like as she came in here now, she had to, when she came with some materials we don't have here, which is shared among members of the group. And she even had to teach some of them at the Harmattan Workshop how to use those materials. You know, so there's a lot to learn when we collaborate. This is also why we formed the Vision in Clay, to bring potters in Nigeria together so that we can always interact and exchange ideas.
I'm so intrigued by our set of our ceramics. Most ceramics pots that I've seen so far are kind of the thickness it can be maybe like 10 centimeter or 15 centimeter thick, but that one is like 2 mm thick, 2 mm, 3 mm. So which I find it more interesting. How is she be able to make such a thickness, then pass through the heat? We all know the heat is very tricky aspect of art.
The kind of ceramic I make is I'm doing casting porcelain. I make dishes with porcelain oxide painting, very fragile and with gold and platinum as well. I make big vessels out of stoneware, and I make figures out of stoneware and bronze. So I have paint, and I make wall pictures in different kind of techniques and mixed media.
It's more than just an exhibition or interaction. Outside the gallery, she gives a live demonstration of this craftsmanship. Selma Etareri is no stranger to the Nigerian shores. She has had several engagements in the past due to her exceptional ability to merge traditional Austrian ceramic techniques with contemporary artistic forms to become an influential figure in the global art space.
We have more celebration, but that will be on the next episode of Arthouse.
Coming up on Arthouse, it's celebration galore on the program on the next edition, from Inspiring Eve, an exhibition to honor women at the Eyo Gallery in Lagos. To the Alliance Française, still in Lagos, to enjoy the World Theatre Day celebration. We encourage you to keep liking, sharing, and viewing our page so more people can enjoy the ever bubbly and ingenious art scene in the country.
Your Arthouse experience doesn't have to end when the show is not on television. Interact with us on our various social media platforms. See any edition of Arthouse on our website or YouTube page. Join our very interactive Facebook page by joining the group on Arthouse on Channels. We're everywhere.
I hope you enjoyed the lovely artistic lineup presented by females in the creative space, which concludes our program for today. You'll be seeing a little more of that, but that will be on the next episode alongside the World Theatre Day celebration, which you definitely won't want to miss. As we cruise into the month of April, I urge you to keep the creative spirit alive and keep adding color to the world.